One more inductee from the players' side representing the 2000s. It is Matthew Stafford, quarterback from Highland Park High School, who was one of the all-time great passers in Texas high school football history. His sophomore, junior, and senior year under Coach Randy Allen. During those 3 seasons, he threw for 9,000 yards and more than 90 touchdowns, leading them to a 15-0 state championship, their first title in 48 years. His senior year, he threw for 4,000 yards and 38 touchdowns. He was a 5A All-State player, quarterback, a Parade All-American, USA Today, Elite 11, EA Sports National Player of the Year, 5-star recruit. Any way you slice it, I think that when you take a look at Matthew Stafford, you're talking about a guy who helped to revolutionize Texas high school football. We talk about the advent of the spread.
Yep.
It takes incredible athletes to make that stick, and Matthew Stafford was one of those guys.
I mean, you're talking about one of the strongest arms, probably now in NFL history,
Yes.
right? In football history. That's why he went number 1 overall after playing at Georgia. You're talking about somebody who also revitalized Highland Park as far as putting them back on the map as a high school powerhouse, because after him, it was like, oh yeah, they're going to be in the mix in some way in November and December. They're going to be playing around. And it was Matthew Stafford that kind of put them back on the map. And like a couple years ago, finally got that elusive Super Bowl title, Super Bowl MVP, right? They retired his jersey, and so now it's like, finally, it's really cool to actually see Matthew Stafford, who's still playing, by the way. He's not done.
Yeah.
But it's finally cool to see him getting his career flowers, not only from Highland Park, or this past year from Highland Park, but also now in the NFL, now that he's earned that Super Bowl title.
So in 2005, Matthew Stafford threw for more than 4,000 yards. He became the 15th quarterback in Texas high school football history to ever throw for more than 4,000 yards in a season. And when I talk about revolutionizing the game, since then, it's happened 82 more times.
Yeah.
Okay? He was the 15th one in 2005, and in the last 18 years, it's happened 87 more times. But it's that influence, right, that is really, in my opinion, his legacy. He's one of those guys on that short list of kind of changing the quarterback game in Texas high school football, and him being the undisputed best player on the field. And Matthew Stafford was certainly that for 3 seasons there at Highland Park.
It was Dan Marino,
Yep.
Drew Brees, and Tom Brady before Matthew Stafford were the only other quarterbacks to throw for 5,000 yards in the NFL, right? Since then, like you mentioned, I believe it's been done 5 or 6 more times, right? Pat Mahomes was one of them. So, yeah, you mentioned it. I mean, this is somebody who's been on the forefront of the expansion of the passing game. He's come in. The systems now benefit from his incredible arm talent, which is, again, why he was a 5-star player, why he was the first overall pick. I mean, yeah, you're talking about, we're going to look back and we're going to probably see an underrated career from Matthew Stafford.
Most certainly. But tonight, he gets his just desserts as a Texas high school football Hall of Famer.